And then like, even a lot of people in the hood, especially the young boys that's growing up to be men, a lot of times we like, fuck my dad, I don't know that nigga. You know what I'm saying? But I had to come to grips with myself, and I asked myself, like, what if the reason I don't know my dad is because my mama pushed him? What's up, world? I'm Corey Woff.
I'm Brandon Walton.
This is another episode of Tapp'd In. We finna come on here with a deep topic tonight.
What we talking about?
We talking about foster care experiences, man. And we got a special guest, and she gonna break down some of the stuff that she went through in foster care, and hopefully this will be something that's inspiring for someone who went through this, and that they could open the mind of some other people who ever went down this road, man, because it's like, it's heartfelt for me, because I feel like it's a lot of children right now that's still going through it, and they not gonna stop going through it because it's a systematic, it's a whole systematic setup, man. So as parents, we gotta be better, man. We gotta do better.
That's a fact.
Let's get into it.
Yeah, so we want to welcome you to the show.
Hey,
appreciate you coming through, Miss Monique. How you doing?
Yes, happy holidays.
Yeah, same to you. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. I'm not a turkey person. I love ham. I am not a turkey. I don't eat turkey.
The ham with the little pineapple and cherry on top.
All that. I am not a turkey person.
My wife be killing that ham, bro.
Yeah, I love the ham. I love the ham. But
I'm not a ham guy. I'm more of a turkey guy.
Oh, see, he done switched the game up. You know, it always gotta be different.
If they don't even have ham, I'm cool. Like, it don't bother me.
Because they be serving y'all cold turkey sandwiches in jail. It's just
hey, but they be good though. That cold cheese.
And be expired.
Hey, when you hungry, anything
she said
be good.
They be giving y'all cold
expired.
Look, you been in that holding cell for 3 days.
That time it's gonna be like Burger King.
That dry ass honey bun too. All of that.
Thank you.
Nah, that's what's up though. But we appreciate you coming through, talking about something that's so personal in front of so many people.
Yeah, it's a strength in it.
That's okay.
Yeah,
it's a strength in it.
It made me stronger, so that's okay. Maybe when I was younger, probably not, but no, that's okay. I embrace it. I have no regrets over it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it made me a better woman than I am today. I'm blessed.
That's where the growth come in. That's where the growth come in.
It really
right there.
took, at a young age for that growth to come in, because at that point in time, you're really just by yourself.
Right.
I mean, a lot of kids, even if they have like siblings in the foster care system, they 9 times out of 10 gonna get split up. They're not always going to be together in the same home.
And that wasn't your situation, was it?
No, thank God. But I mean, it just, but it is common. You do see
right,
it.
That's crazy. So being in the foster, not to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
Being in the foster care system, when you was in there, even when you was just in there by yourself, not no siblings or nothing, like, did you experience seeing people getting their sisters and brothers separated from them?
A few times, and it's very heartbreaking. It's very traumatizing, and you don't know like if they're ever going to see each other again, and when the time to come, and it's thank God for social media and stuff, because that's where people really have an outlook of even trying to come back and try to find their loved ones. But sometimes at that point, whatever the situation they've been through, they may not even get that chance to even bond that back, or they may not even remember.
Right.
Sometimes when you get moved around, whoever you with, they try to just like ghost, kind of cloud you of whatever you've been through, and try to walk you into a new light of what you can become. So you just forget a lot of things until like something happens, and then you just kind of flash back like, wait a minute, this is actually what happened to me before. I mean, now it's coming back. Now it's flooding back.
Right.
So why is the system like that? Like, I had a friend that was in the foster care system, and they took her kid and like changed the kid's name so that she couldn't find it.
Because, honestly, and I hate to say it, I feel like, they do that to make the child feel like it's not your fault, it's your parents' fault, or it's this fault, or whoever else is, so, and then as you grow up, you just you gain that hate towards that person, and I felt that way with my mom, even though at a young age we were separated and we came back at a young age, but even as I got older, and I was still able to visit her while I was in the system, but I just grew that hate, like, this is because of you, like you weren't there, you were working late, so, but as I got older, I mean, I can't say, until to this day, I'm not going to say it was her fault, but I'm glad she made that decision, to go ahead and give up her parental rights, because I felt, even the path that she had went down, I probably would have went further, deeper into something else because of all that hate that I had towards her.
Right.
Or, the experience that I had with my brother and what had happened with that situation. So just once again, blaming her.
So what was the path that she was on
when I was born, she was a heroin and crack addict, so I was born with heroin in my system.
Right.
I think she was, in trouble a lot. So she was on her way to prison. So when I was like 7 months, she, I guess, got, or whatever to go. Okay. So my uncle took me in and raised me until I was about 6.
Right.
So growing up, that's who I knew as mom and dad.
Mm-hmm.
And still to this day, I still call them. That's what I'm known for, that, or what I know them as.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was at that age and they sat me down, and my brother was older, I think he was like 10, and then I have an older sister as well. So they knew, whatever, but I didn't. I'm the youngest. So sitting me down, explaining like, hey, your mom's getting out.
Right.
This is who we are. We're going to take you to meet her, all that. So, I mean, and meeting her, was just kind of, I mean, I remember it. It just, just felt like meeting a friend.
Right.
Just, so, I mean, she was very, humble, sweet, open arm, loving.
But there was an attachment because you didn't know her. Because you didn't know her. It kind of
felt like just meeting just like a new figure.
Right.
So as the time grew and, our relationship, it was getting there. She remarried. Everything was cool. But whatever happened between them, they divorced and then go into a single home environment instead of just like a family environment.
Right.
Like a male figure. Because I never knew my dad. I never met him. So, just having that in there and then taken away was kind of confusing again at a young age.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then my brother, I guess he was just being a teenager, experimenting whatever he was into, and I started getting sexually abused by him at a young age. So I was keeping that from her as well, and I think my babysitter was kind of hinting at some things. So
what made you want to keep that away from her?
I think because like I said, I didn't know her. I knew her as as my mom, but just like to be like, just that, I think you have to have that kind of trust with
right.
I don't know, that's a good question because I like I said, as a kid, I don't know if I felt like afraid to tell her or she wouldn't understand.
That's what I was gonna say. Do you feel like not knowing her, like, do you feel like she ain't gonna listen anyway? Or if I do tell her, it's not gonna really matter to her.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they don't even tell their real parents though. Like, there's so many women that's been abused that don't say nothing.
Right, that's true.
Fear,
it's a lot.
Yeah,
like 70% of women have been molested.
Yes,
it's a fact. And honestly, and like I said,
so and this happened to you in the system. Not to cut you off. This happened in the system.
No, this happened before I went in. This was just kind of just building to it.
It was building to it. Okay.
Before I went in. So once that came out. He went to juvenile, cool, okay. But after that, that's when all the, anger was coming out, the sneaking out. Like, I'm not listening to you. You weren't there when this was going on. So, who is this? Who is you? Like, just having that attitude towards her, just started stealing, started sneaking out, just, whatever. And I think to that point, maybe she was, getting, frustrated or, of course, being a recovering drug addict, sometimes some things like, I don't want to say all things like that, but trigger certain things to where you can migrate back. So
it does.
I felt like maybe at that time that was her best decision to, like, okay, I can't even handle her. Like,
right.
Whatever. So.
Do you blame yourself for that? Do you feel like that was partly your fault that she went?
You know what? I could say that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
right.
I can own up to, you know what I'm saying? Because, shoot, I know I was bad. I don't even want a girl child. And I'm just like, you going to do the same crazy that I was doing. So, shoot, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like my mom did the best that she could. It just maybe could have been better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I think going into the system, and at that age, I think I was like 9. And as soon as you go in, you don't immediately go to a home. You go to a shelter. You go to like a a pod life. Same thing like when you go to prison or jail. Like you get a pod system or like a pod, unit.
That's the whole, but that's all part of the program.
Mm-hmm.
If you think about everything when it comes to foster care, when you look at hospitals, how they're made, when you
schools,
prisons, schools, all that stuff is really formulated in the same way.
It's just the same thing.
Squares, box you in.
It's structured. Yeah, it's a certain structure to keep you.
To just
like
keep,
you said,
it boxes your mind in because you see everything in squares.
That's all you know. And then when you step out into going to public school,
now you're an outcast.
Now you're an outcast because they're gonna watch you.
What you
they're gonna
doing?
see what you being dropped off in that long white van.
Right.
They gonna, okay, when you come to like events or what I'm saying, like, okay, where are your parents at? Of course, there ain't no staff supervisor.
Why your mama Korean? Why your mama Korean and you white? Your mama and daddy Korean, you white? That kind of
hella questions.
I don't know. Did that bother you?
Absolutely. Kids would, especially being a girl, I couldn't go to sleepovers. I couldn't go to pool parties because go to sleeping overs, they would have to do a background check with the parents. Like, who want to do that?
Yeah.
Hey, she can come over, but I need you to sign this to
make sure she don't tear up my house or she ain't no
something. Yeah,
like, come on, man. Like, wow.
There was like pool parties. There had to be a lifeguard there, no matter what, even if it was like at a house or whatever.
Wow.
So that took away.
That's crazy.
That.
Yeah, it is.
I didn't know they did all of that.
Yes, you can't jump on trampolines. That was number one right there. I mean, I always remember that. Like, if anybody had like a trampoline, can't do that. No.
Wow.
Mm-mm. They were really just, especially.
It's like you were feeling segregated from everybody else.
From everything, like
from being a child.
Going like on field trips. Like I was in the band, so any kind of field trip or like out of town, I would have to get like permission, a separate permission slip explaining when we're going, what time we're leaving, when we're coming back. Having to get full permission from not only my foster parents but my caseworker just to go.
Right.
So it's just like, okay. So I mean, school. I definitely love school. That's why I think that I was always into more things because, as soon as I go back home, it's back to homework, chores, eat, bedtime. Like it ain't no. Yeah, you can interact with your foster siblings or whatever, but that's
it was structured. It was like real structured, and that's crazy because I was watching a documentary, man, and the way they have it put together, it's like you together but you're separated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's like you together, but you separate.
But you are.
You know what I'm saying?
Because everybody's story is different.
Yeah.
Whoever you in the house with, and then not only that, you can tell there's favoritism.
Yeah.
There might be that one good child.
Right,
right. You got this one that's, so okay, well she can, but you can't. Or,
wow.
This and that. So it's just like, okay. Not only that, like just maybe in that, but even flipped. Okay, well. She don't have a mom, but I have one that can visit me. So, okay, she gets to go have a visitation with her mom.
Right.
Clearly, she can't either, with her situation. So, it would always be that kind of competitive kind of relationship that you have in a home, But I will say, for the most part, as I got older, the foster care system would try to build a child to do at least get you prepared, for the world. So, at like 15, I remember going to job fair events and learning how to build a resume, learning how to, fill out an application. I think I got my first job like right at 16 at Luby's just serving dessert, just trying to just get out into the real world, at least try to get a taste of that. So, and then not only that, like I said, not being structured to go back to that house and just be like on a curfew, on this, on that.
It's caged in. That was like a way to have some freedom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let me ask you this. How did it feel going when you first went to how many foster homes you been in?
Plenty.
Okay, when you went to your first one, because I had to ask first because I don't want to say you might have been in one foster care home the whole time. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't that
but when you went to the first foster care home, like how did it make you feel?
Oh, very outside. I was with an all Caucasian, all white in the country.
Wow.
Very country. I think me and another girl were the only two black girls in that small town.
Wow.
Very, very country-like. I mean, trailer home. We're very nice family. Really didn't. They were a little bit older, but they would do the hunting. They would hunt deer. They would take us out
so
there.
that was real country for real.
They were
country for real. Hunting deer,
really out there.
You know what I'm saying?
And the camouflage.
Did you hunt with them?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
You shot some shit.
And that's why
you so well rounded.
That's what I'm saying.
I love that about you.
That's what I said.
They
You
wouldn't
well
even think that.
rounded.
I'm
You shot some shit.
She can be girly, country, Texas.
She got it all.
All the above. Like, didn't.
What y'all eat? Like squirrels and shit?
No, not squirrels. But I mean, like, when he would show us how to skin the deer, and I feel like deer jerky, the fresh is the best. So,
that's what I heard.
Really
that's true though. So, that's true. Get that back strap. That back strap is good. That's the best of the deer.
Yeah.
But so when you was in this family, in your first foster care, any foster care family, let me just say that, any one of them, was it ever a time where your trauma made you like act out against the foster care?
I think that's why I was bounced around.
Families and stuff.
That's why I was bounced around. Just the neglect, that motherly love, not having that full motherly love, looking at a complete stranger, trying to be a motherly figure, but me not wanting it, not to receive it, maybe just taking advantage of certain things, but then at the end of the day, like
those questions. Why didn't they want me? Why don't my real parents want me? Where are they at? What did I do?
This, why that? Like,
why questions,
and how long? Because like I said, everybody's story is different. Some may be temporary, some may be longer.
Right.
Some of their families are working on them to try to get their child back.
Right.
Some just. My mom signed over parental rights, so there wasn't no coming back.
How old were you when she did that?
Like 10, like right after, probably like a year after.
So after they signed, they can't say, you know what, I'm ready to. That's it. It's like that's basically like
so
saying I give up.
You are a child of the state.
You saying I give up, basically.
Pretty much, you are a child of the state.
And then you age out at 18.
You can age out early. You can age out early, like if you're I graduated early because I was, I wanted that program to just so I can get out.
Right.
You can graduate early, and then every child is cased to a caseworker. So once that time is coming, you let your caseworker know, and she'll get you, prepared on what to look for. Your little scholarship check that they'll give you.
Right.
Just getting that, what your plan is, what you plan on doing, or this and that. After I aged out, I actually went back to live with my mom, for like 3 months, and then. Just kind of migrated, on my own. I felt like I was ready at that point, but just to I felt like just to maybe just close that out.
So how did that build? How was the building process within that when you finally went back where you was with her?
Every time, honestly, because we've fallen off multiple times, even as I've gotten older. It was different. I was grateful for it, but me just being who I like, and I think at that age, at that point, like. My mom was very still trying to be a mother figure, but still she would put me down on certain things.
Right.
So if I would be, some of the homes I was in were like white homes, and I have black hair. So, they probably weren't taking care of my hair properly. Why this, why that? Well, that's supposed to be your job, but I'm doing this, but, things like that. So as I got older, I think she was still kind of trying to do that. And I just kind of found my own way of just like, okay, well, not gonna keep, I'm grown, so I'm not gonna keep, coming back to you and expecting you to try to be that motherly figure because we passed that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's still, still to this day, and I'm 30 years old. I'm still cordial with my mom. I talk to her. I love her.
That's what I was gonna ask you. Y'all still communicate at least.
It's still it's back and forth.
Back and forth. I understand. I get it.
A lot of some of even closer ones who I've met my mom and see how she treats me. They're like, "Girl, she treats you like a bald-headed stepchild." But she do. Like seriously, she like I said. I always felt honestly, even to this day, like I feel like it has something to do with my dad. Her not really knowing, or maybe bringing flashback to.
So
that.
she didn't know who he was.
Can I say something on that?
She said,
Can I say something on that too? Because. That's one of them type of things. Like I remember when I was a teenager, I was real rebellious and I was getting in a lot of trouble and stuff. And then even a lot of people in the hood, especially the young boys that's growing up to be men. A lot of times we like fuck my dad. I don't know that nigga. You know what I'm saying? But I had to come to grips with myself and I asked myself like, what if the reason I don't know my dad is because my mama pushed him away? What if she pushed him away?
A lot of them don't want to look at that.
You feel me? Like a lot of people don't look at that. They just look at like my dad just left and maybe he didn't want to put up with my mama's shit.
Right.
Maybe it was something she was doing that pushed him away.
Right.
So
emotionally abusive.
You know what I mean? Like don't nobody want to deal with that.
I mean, my last relationship, her father figure was, and this was I'm stepmom, so this wasn't even my child. But her dad was in prison since she was born.
Right.
When he got out this year, even before then, I'm like, no, you really should. You lucky, girl. Like, you really lucky. You should really try and build that. You know what I'm saying? Right. Anyone who's in prison or whatever, I don't knock it. Like, I feel like anybody that comes out can be a changed person. Like, I do believe in change.
100%.
Absolutely. But I do, especially for girls, like, I do feel like they should have some kind of fatherly figure in their lifestyle. Because it guides you. You know what I'm saying? My guidance, even relationships with men, the ups and downs. Like, I really feel like if I had that, I would have had me probably a football player by now, but
she said, "Why you can't be a basketball player?"
Okay. But I'm sure I don't know how we would look, but you know what I'm saying, just the dynamic of it. Like I still like, no, please. And then one thing that I'll even tell, you know what I'm saying, to other friends as well who go through the same thing, like, oh, well, my mom didn't want to tell me. I wouldn't even talk to your mom about it. Like, if you want to go out and go find your dad, go ahead, because that may trigger emotions from the past, and then they're gonna come out and treat you a certain way. I'll be like, look, if you're looking for your dad, just keep it to yourself. And when the time is right, hey, mom, I found him. I don't want you to be upset. But you have that right.
Because sometimes I think it's some moms out there, even with, like, this is something that even before, just preparing for this episode, I was telling myself, I was like, man, like, this is going to be a deep topic. It's a deep topic, you know what I'm saying? That's why, like I said, I salute your bravery. I salute your bravery. But like, I feel like it's a lot of baby mamas out there, man. Like, cause our moms was baby mamas too. Yeah. The dad ain't nothing. They was just baby mamas. They didn't marry our dad, so they was baby mamas. So like, it's a lot of them out there that, like, it's a lot of bullshit in the midst of their relationship that can cause a lot of problems for the child. And they just and stuff with the foster care system. Like, let's just say you in a situation with the baby mama and the child there, and y'all getting into it, and you got them baby mamas that pop their neck and want to do this and do it. But you get in a situation and somebody in public see that shit. Man, we calling the police. And the police coming in, and the foster care system take your kids because of the shit that y'all doing. Like, wake the fuck up and realize that you got to be more mature about certain things. And it's a certain way to do stuff, because it's a lot of kids in the foster care system behind that baby mama drama. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't blame my dad. I don't know him. Like I said, young growing up, I was like, fuck my dad. I don't know that nigga. He wanted my life. Where the fuck he at right now when I need? But what if my mama pushed that dude away?
Yeah.
And I never knew that until I had kids of my own and, my type of situations, experiences, and relationships. It could have been that woman that did something to make him say, I'm not finna deal with this shit. Yeah. You feel me? I don't know what she did to that man to make him say, I'm not coming back no more.
So did you ever have that conversation with your mother?
Somewhat. But I feel like my mama, she like danced around that shit.
That lets you know right there.
Your dad name is this and this and that. This is how he looked, and she would tell me little stuff like that. Oh, this and things about him, but she wouldn't really tell me what it was. Like, I went looking for him. He wasn't there. When I went back to see, where he stayed at the time. He was gone and up. But why did he leave? It's always those whys in the middle. See, it's that stuff in the middle. You ain't gonna never know. Only she and my daddy know that. Yeah. So I like, until this day, if I could meet my daddy just to talk to him and get to see who he is, I would talk to him. I wouldn't just knock the man. Absolutely. And let me judge that on my own. Absolutely. And I feel like mothers should allow the daughters or the sons, of the father to make that judgment on their own. Let them make that judgment on how they feel about their parents. They don't, like, as they grow up and when they get their own relationships, that same mind frame is the same mind frame they're gonna look at when they're trying to, get in a relationship with a female, a male, whatever. Whatever, right. That same mind frame. They're gonna carry that mentality. That's all that they know. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important to just make that fair and equal, and just
like I said,
let them think for themselves.
Yeah, I feel like every child has that right.
Let them think for themselves.
Yeah,
let their judgment be their own. Because you got some parents out here, they'll put their feelings off on their kids.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And the reason why this is going on is because of I feel this way, but the reason I feel this way is because he did this. Now you need to feel this way because he did this. No,
right.
That's not how it goes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna hurt the kids in the end.
Go back to your question with your friend. You know how they're like, why did they, tell them this or change their names? And that just to protect that storyline or just to protect that, that same cycle.
To keep that, keep that cycle going. Like, no, this is the story, and we sticking to it. Like, no, you don't have a chance. I don't want you to grow up and think for yourself.
But I'm telling you, it's always something that a trigger, a traumatize, or something that happens, and it's like, wait a minute, why is this familiar to me? Like, what?
Right.
I was telling you, old girl, the same girl, I told her the story.
Right.
She got separated from her child because she was 15 and got raped by somebody in the system.
That's crazy.
So,
what? Like one of the step parents, or like
like the staff at the shelter?
Wow.
Right.
Wow,
but this is like swept under the rug. Like nobody cares about that part.
Shit up. They covered it up.
So then, at first she don't want the baby because she been raped. But then when she has a baby, she's like, I do want the baby. Then they're like, nah, you don't have no rights to the baby. You 15, you're a minor. They took the baby, changed the name of the baby, and moved it. She didn't see or hear anything for 10 years straight.
From the baby.
At all. She got on Facebook and was looking for her for 2 years.
Right.
And she found this page of this girl that she thinks is her daughter. And so for 2 years, she watches a page, but she don't say nothing because she's not 100% sure, but she got a feeling, something in her gut that's telling her this is my baby.
See, a mother knows.
So the mom that adopted her posted a happy birthday post, and it was the same birthday. She said, that's my baby. So she messaged her. The new mom got onto the Facebook and was like, nah, you don't have no right to talk to her. This is my child. You had your chance, blase.
So, that's when she really
disconnected her.
That's when she really knew.
So she had her sister reach out from another page and contact the girl. The girl contacted her back. They're in touch now. But the second sister, she don't talk to her because she believes the new mom's story about how she just gave him up and all this and that. It got so bad, she had to post her literal paperwork from the court case on Facebook so the family and people could see that she wasn't lying.
That is crazy, bro.
They told her that they just gave him up, like she didn't care about you. I'm your mom now. I'm all you know. And one of them believe it and one of them don't.
But you see what I'm saying? You see how some people can take their story and make their story the truth and tell their children that any story outside of that is a lie.
Right.
But see, what they don't realize is what you're doing is you clouding the thoughts of your child to be able to think on their own.
And they're going to find out one day.
Let them think on their own. Like, you ain't no better than these schools that's telling them that this and that and this and that and this person discovered America, whatever. You're not even telling them who they really are. But as a parent, you know better than them. You know better than the people that's teaching them things that's not true. Because you teaching them things that's not true too.
Yeah.
Let them think on their own.
That's just my opinion. It's whack if you adopted a child and the real parent reaches out for you to try to just shut it down. In a situation where you know what the truth is. It wasn't like she was on drugs or on the streets or nothing.
I feel like, if they are able to, if they're willing to come back and whatnot, like, why not give a child bundles and bundles of love? Like,
you can
that's
have
extra
two
love.
moms. You can have two dads.
The more the better. Like, I love you, he love you, she love you, they love you. Like, that's more love. Like, that's true.
I'm not always gonna be here forever. But
that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I still
that's very true.
And even on the medical tip, you go to the hospital for some life or death shit, and I need your blood. That you guys aren't a match. Yeah. What you mean? Now mama gotta tell you the truth while you on your deathbed. Yeah. So I'm not the match because I got a story to tell you.
Right.
Long story short, I'm not your mom.
True. So you got
that lady I blocked on Facebook was your mom.
Was the one, that's the one who could have saved you.
My bad.
That's the one who could have saved you.
That's corny to me.
Yeah, that's true, man.
Just be honest and let that child decide, like y'all said, what you want to do.
Let them think on their own, man.
But 12 years, but but shout out to her because she didn't give up looking for her kids.
That's good.
And everybody in her family told her, give up. They gone. Stop looking for them. You steady searching. Quit bugging me about it.
Did she ever like get a chance to communicate with that child though?
One of them. One of them. They happened to be in Dallas. Like, right down the road this whole time. She didn't know where they was at in America.
Yeah. Right down.
So the one meets up with her here and there. It's kind of. It ain't no like super bond, but they're building.
It's building.
But the other one is like, nah, I don't. That's not my mom. This is our mom. Yeah. And she's like, you crazy? Like, she showed us the paperwork.
Right.
I'm telling you, everything is everything. And she's like just blinded.
That's part of that program, though, man.
Yeah.
Once you get told something for so long or taught for something for so long, that becomes the truth.
Yep.
And that's the sad part. That's it. Yeah. So I mean, right.
Did you have a hard time once you aged out, kind of starting on your own path? When I was looking up the research for this episode,
did you see the one where the girl was 21? I seen one where a girl she was like 21 and she was like, "Hey, it's time. My time is up here. I done aged out." And she was like, "But the thing is, I don't have a job yet. I haven't found a place. I haven't found nothing. But my time is up. They finna kick me out. I'm finna be homeless."
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of, and they get paid to foster these kids. And I'm not saying all of them, I'm not shooting down the foster care system because it's some good people there. It's some good people in that system really trying to help these kids.
Yeah, for sure.
But you got people in the system that's just really trying to win. Damn, I'm finna get a check for this. Yeah, we'll take care of you. And then here come Uncle John. I see a lot of that. Uncle John, he come in the house drunk one night, he raped one of the kids. I'm gonna have sex with this. You feel me? Like, they dealing with a lot of stuff. It's like it's got its goods and it's got its bads within that, bro. It's a sad situation because it's like what it all boils down to is the parents being on their shit.
Right.
Like, be there, take care of your kids so the system won't take them because you don't know where they going.
Yeah.
Or what's gonna happen to them.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man.
That's crazy. A fact. What they were saying was that 75% of kids that age out from the homes, within 2 years, they go homeless. I thought that was a big ass number.
That's sad, bro.
So I was wondering, like, how hard was that? Or was it easier because you went back to your mom first?
I was like I said, I must have been blessed because I didn't go down that road. But I did go back with my mom for a little bit, and then I was kind of talking to somebody, so we migrated to this direction, and then I started the life of Khalid, and then went to Austin, and then started getting tattoos, and then went into that lifestyle. I kind of just made my own. I think I was just ready to just be out on my own and just do whatever I want to do, not be told what to do, not. I think that's even why I don't even like being controlled. Like, do not tell me what to do. I don't know.
So you can kind of feel like, now you feel like more like you could be yourself.
I can just be me. Just be me.
Yourself.
Just do how I want. Take everything, what I was taught, at that age and learning everything and just apply it in my own way.
Do the things that you went through in the foster care system affect your relationship with your man? Like, does it make it feel like no, look, she laughing. She must be a beast. She must be a beast. Let me ask you this. Okay.
Well, just to answer your question, I'm bisexual. So
okay.
I started out, loving men. I still love men, don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. But I mean, just my fare in just the first beginning was, in the first trimester, I say my early 20s, because I'm 30 now.
Yeah.
But it was tough. That's why I feel like the fatherly figure would have kind of helped me just be more guidance and just choose who and what I thought was love, you know what I'm saying, and what really wasn't. But when I was, I've always been attracted to women. I really have. It just never really intrigued on me until maybe 25, just to kind of be like, you know what? Okay.
I'm going for it.
I'm going for it. And I did. I married a woman. We were married for about 3 years, but we are recently, we're divorced. Okay. So,
did you go back to men after that?
No, I actually didn't. I have a girl right now. So.
Oh, wow. Look how she blushing too.
She loved that.
Hey, shout out to whoever you are.
She's making her
happy. She said, I got a
But it's like I said, it's not saying that I wouldn't go back to, man, it's just like, I just kind of know not saying what to expect, But for me, you have to just show me different. I can't tell you what different I want.
Yeah.
But because of everything, just naive, falling, you know what I'm saying? I got 2 of these motherfuckers' names tattooed on me, and neither I ain't even one with another one of them.
But a woman can do that to you too.
Yeah.
One of them is the woman.
Okay, but let me ask you
saying.
this. Let me ask you this. Oh, she did just say that. You know what I'm saying? When she said 2, I thought she meant 2 guys.
No,
okay.
no, I mean, like,
one woman,
I'm saying
one man.
and one.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me ask you this though. Do you feel like the trauma of what you went through when you were in foster care and some things that happened to you, when coming from a male's side of things, do you think that might have been what pushed you more to the woman's side?
No, not really. No, I feel like more just the nurturing, the love, because I didn't really get that. So you know that affection,
that mama,
that affection
searching for
part.
mama.
Even men can do it, flowering, taking you out. This and that.
Right.
I didn't date when I was in high school. I didn't go to prom when I was in high school. You know, just certain triggering things. Not only that, just what my brother did to me as well. It just kind of just like, dang, is this what really men all want, or is there more to it? Yeah. So you know, when a woman would show me different plus more, I'm like, okay, well.
Shout out, and I ain't cut you off. Not to cut you off. Shout out to Lil Boosie, man. Because I'm thinking about shout out to Lil Boosie, man. And I'm saying, only reason I'm saying it because she said I didn't go to prom, because I'm gonna be real, I ain't go to prom either. I probably was in jail or something.
You know,
I probably was in jail or something, or locked up on the street on the corner or something. But he doing adult proms. So shout out to Lil Boosie. Hey, Lil Boosie, if you ever get a wind of this, man, she need to go to prom, man. She need to go to prom.
Let's throw
I ain't
Austin, Boosie.
Come on down to Austin, Boosie, and do the adult prom, bro. Because I ain't never been to no prom either. So come on down, man. Come on down.
I went to the prom, but I'm trying to go to the adult prom too.
Because you know, the adult prom gonna be like, hey, bro, trust me. The adult prom gonna be more live.
Yeah.
You know, come on, this Lil Boosie now.
Yeah, you right.
This Lil Boosie now. Shout out Boosie, man.
Absolutely.
Adult prom is.
Even when I was married, and my wife knew, ex-wife knew that, what I went through and everything. And I think that's why she kind of latched on to spoiling me a lot, buying me things, buying me nice things, giving me this, not wanting me to work. I'm a go-getter. I'll have 3 jobs and be fine with it. But
you got a lot of energy.
I do.
She got a lot of energy. I can see what I'm saying. So I know she'll go get it. She got a lot of energy. So I believe that. I believe that. Yeah.
Mexican in me, but not only,
So you Mexican and black?
I'm half black, half Mexican.
That's my. I got a little girl that's Mexican and black.
And my daddy should be black. I would
hope.
Yeah. But no, that's My last name is Davila, so I'm full. Yeah, I have both, and I definitely embrace both.
You have to, because that's all the conglomerates of who you are, and I try to teach my daughter that too. You got to know who you is.
Please do that.
That's the conglomerates of who you are, man. You gotta, all that.
Very important. Not to just. Even when people are just like, I don't do a lot of spicy stuff. Okay, well, that's me. I know you're not a true Mexican. You're right. I'm not. I'm mixed.
That's right. There you go.
I already know this.
I already know. Yes, you are absolutely right. Girl, you're not black. You are right. I am not. I am not. I am half and half, and I embrace both cultures, both holidays.
And that's okay though. And that's okay.
So how was that eating at all these different families' houses you went to? Like, were you with more white families, black families, Asian?
My second to last family was the only black family, which was in Dallas, and she was a single black mom. So
shouts out to her. I don't know her. What's her name?
Miss Barbara Jones.
Shouts out to Miss Barbara Jones for taking care of this young lady right here.
That I still kind of still be
keep in contact with her.
And a foster family.
That's dope though. That's dope.
Miss Barbara.
Yeah, I sure.
That's dope.
She was amazing. I think she really just gave that insight of that culturally black woman. The home cooked meals, all that, just that embrace. Because these other white families, like I said, it's very structured. So 5, 6 o'clock, okay, she want us to have sandwiches and chips. It's all that's it.
Right.
Okay, this is all right. Well, today we having taco bueno. Y'all getting the same thing. So you know what I'm saying? So it's just like very diverse of, or very, not even that, just all like the same, like not being able to have,
But you know what? I think I'm gonna say something, because not to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
But I want to say something. I feel like, because I'm like that too, to an extent. Like I believe in, like, let's just say, okay, with my kids, we got a house of people. Let's just say 5 people in the house, right? Everybody got to eat. Okay, there's 10 slices of pizza. Okay, everybody's supposed to get 2 slices. You're not finna get 3 slices. And it ain't about the fact that you getting the extra pizza, but it's the fact that you got to understand that we are family, and you got to think about the others around you too. Right. I want that structure to be in their mind like that. We are one, and I want you to know, like, oh no, I got to look out for my brother. Right. I got to look out for my sister. Right. I got to look for my auntie, my mama, whatever. We got to think about each other, because that's all we got. So I put that structure in their head. Okay, you make a dozen cookies, and 3 of y'all want certain. You better make sure each one of y'all got the same amount of cookies on y'all plate. You better not get no extra one, because then that's a form of selfishness, and I don't want them to take that up within themselves. You know what I'm saying? Be there for each other, because when I'm gone, who gonna do it? Y'all got to look out for each other. So that's my thing. Yeah,
I agree. It's just. Yeah, it was very different, especially the Caucasian. Ooh, we very, very much so. Just like feel like I've never been in the military, but I kind of feel like it was kind of just just like get up at this, get up at that. Okay, this is, you already know what you're gonna have. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like ain't no
spontaneous.
Ain't just gonna be. This is what it is. Right. So you got to either just deal with it. But I mean. Yeah, I mean afterwards, I think that's even now. Once getting out and kind of just getting used to, things that I like, things that I never had, just living, you know what I'm saying? Right. Just living and just being grateful for it. Because, there are kids that migrate back to their families. Right. And sometimes that's not good, because they just, maybe just want that family love, but then they go back to the same situation that was in, and then, it just turns into that blame game. Right. So some migrate to homelessness, or some migrate to, being locked up. So
some drugs
too. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's, I'm so grateful that they, I didn't migrate to that. I think that's even why I'm very scared of needles. I don't even like shots. I have tattoos, but I really don't like shots. It's not something that, so it hopefully, what I'm saying, their situations do change them and make them better. It's supposed to, what I'm saying, but as you get older, it's really just up to, how you're raised and who's around you and who's teaching you right and what's wrong. Right. And getting you prepared for, the real world. I'm not a mother myself. I feel like if that time does come for me, I'll be so sheltered of my child, or just not wanting my child to go through anything what I went through. Right. I think that's even why I was very blessed of just not even having a child yet. As many times that I would love.
You said the key word, because you don't know if you will.
I don't, but I just want it to be right. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I want it to be equal. I would, love a 2-parent. You know what I'm saying? We all cool. Like I said, the more love, the better. I feel like, because I didn't have that, kind of, which I probably could have, but because of my attitude and what I went through, you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't there like that. Do I have it now? Yeah, I have it now, but it would have been so much better when I was younger. Right. Nobody came to my graduation. You know what I'm saying? Besides my foster parents, you know what I'm saying? My mom didn't come. Right. My siblings, none of that. So it just, I really feel like that kind of stuff is very important.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
Within the foster care system and the time that you was in there, first of all, how long were you in the foster care system?
When I went in at 9 and I aged out until at 18.
18. Okay. Now the second question is, within that time frame, did you meet people that you still communicate with now, other foster children that you still contact now, and y'all still?
Yeah, I still. Right. I have a very close one in Dallas. Her name is Felicia. We still communicate to this day. Right. I have a white foster brother. He's in Dallas as well. That's dope, man. He message me every now and then. Yeah. Especially me going through my divorce. So, they'll check up on you and be like, hey sis, you good? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't about color, it's about character.
No, never that.
It's not about color, it's about character, man.
Never that. And I'm very strict on that. My best friend's white. It's about
character, man.
Very much so.
Right.
Very much so. Because that it shouldn't even. Your mind frame shouldn't even be like that. You should just be grateful for.
That's a program.
Yeah,
that color line is a program.
It really shouldn't be.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, it's we passed that. You know, we don't have to migrate back to those days. You know what I'm saying? Because now it should just be where we all come together. Right. You know what I'm saying? There's other things, way worse things going on right now in the world to where like
that we all finna have to deal with.
And we all just gonna have to sit in line, sit next to each other. Right. You hear the same thing too? Yeah. Yep. Okay.
For real.
How you doing? Let's make conversation. Like it really shouldn't even be like that.
Did you experience any racism though from your
in those families, right?
Siblings, because now you're getting attention that they have to share that they didn't share before.
Bro. That's a good question.
Like, who is this little black girl? Why she? I used to get 2 pieces of chicken. Why only get 1 now?
Timothy and Lisa.
You said the pieces. Now we only get 1.
Timothy and Lisa, and you the only black girl.
Like, you know, like I said, as a kid, you don't think about those kind of. You just don't until like it's kind of done to you. So I'd say just one thing. One thing. It's kind of funny too. I thought it was cool. I really did. So I came in, you know, to school one day, and everybody was giving nicknames. You know, I'm like, okay, well, you know, I want a nickname. Yeah. So they was calling me Mo Nigga. So I thought, so you know, I thought it was cool. So I came home and was like, yo, I got Mo Nigga. It's like, whoa, like, what do you? Who called you that? Like, that's my nickname.
Racist. Like,
so, but and, you know,
low key
my
racist.
sister was like, no, like, girl, no. Who and what? We gotta go back and we.
This was the black woman.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying. So she was just like, no, like that. Who said that? Let's go back and.
Yeah,
fix
we're gonna rearrange
this.
I'm finna show you who you is, sister. You know what I'm saying? That ain't
just
who you
how
is.
It sounded was so cool. I'm like, yeah, like that's you know. So I'm like, girl,
she repping it hard too.
Yeah, I was because it sounded cool. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, that's cool. But I mean, so that okay, maybe as kids, you know, they don't like I said. Hopefully, I don't know if they was thinking like that was a racist term or you know they were trying to be like that, but. You know, but I mean, other than that, to be honest, no. You know, I think and maybe because the foster family, you know what I'm saying, is smart enough not to think like that. I think it was more within the kids. Us with being each other, like, we're all being in the same home. So, you know, like I said, the hair structure or, you know, just the family thing of who can see their mom and whatnot. My mom wouldn't make a big deal about it. Right. You know, especially to me, but not only me, but then to the family. Like, why is her hair not done? Like, why is she not getting a perm? Like, why is she coming out looking like this? Yeah. You know, so.
You wouldn't have to worry about that if you were doing it. That was your thoughts.
You know, so.
If you were here to do it, mama.
You try and check them and then check yourself. You checking them and you check. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
and I think, like I said, as a kid, you just don't, you know. You don't want to disrespect, you know, you don't know what to say or how to say that. Right. Yeah. And I think even as I got older and even, you know, having those conversations, even, you know, serious topics like, you know, hey man, there's no point of disrespecting me anymore. Like we're not, okay, look, this is who I am. Mm-hmm. This is what it is. Like I love you, but.
Accept it.
But you know what I'm saying? But stop singling me out. Right. Stop treating me like, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't go through what I went through. Right. I don't mind being around my family or not, my nieces and nephews and my sister and you know all them. Mm-hmm. But you know if you're gonna come in here and you say hi to everybody, I'm Monique. But you giving hugs and kisses to everybody. What about me?
Yeah. Right.
What did I do?
Right.
Ain't I the one that you gave up? And I'm still here.
That's so deep.
And I'm still here being around all y'all. Mm-hmm. Not my brother. I think, and even. I speak to my brother, you know, every now and then, you know what I'm saying? I made peace with what he did as I got older. Right. But I feel like he got his karma as well because now he's you know, very, very big and overweight and depressed. Right. You know, so, I mean, I'm not happy about that.
But for forgiving him, like, not to cut you off, but like the fact that, you know, that's a growth area for you because you forgiving him is making room for you to be free.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you locking yourself in a cage if you don't forgive that situation because you're going to ponder on it and ponder on it. You're going to constantly think about the situation itself. You got to free yourself from that. Yeah. So
it was tough, and especially, you know, when I did, because it was right after I aged out. Right. You know, so it's just like, okay, now I'm going into the world, being around guys and men and kind of learning them and then still kind of just... you know, being a little nervous about certain things, you know, and then, you know, those what ifs would come around.
Right.
How do I know you're not like this either? How do I know you're not this kind of
And
person
that's why
down?
you don't want no kids, ain't it?
No. I would love a child. I would.
But
I
I'm
want a
saying
boy.
those what ifs, like just say you're in a relationship with somebody and you do have a child.
Mm-hmm.
Then what ifs? Well, man, what if they try to do this to my kid while I'm going to the store? I'm gonna leave my child here. Like them problems, them type of questions wouldn't worry you.
Absolutely, absolutely they would. But prior to me, hold on, wait a minute. Those questions come in after we done do what we do.
Yeah,
I got 3 days to take a pill now. Hold on, that's when you saying that.
I'm taking what they call
I got 72 hours.
What they call it?
Plan B.
Plan B.
That's what it
is.
Thank you, but no, because around that's the time when you laying there asleep and I'm looking at you. I'm asking those questions to myself.
She's like,
can I see myself with you? Can I really see
So that's how many days it gives you for the Plan B? Is it 3?
3.
Oh, okay.
3.
I thought you had to pop that motherfucker immediately. Oh, damn, look at this motherfucker.
You can.
Hell no.
Put that shit in before we get started. Here, take this.
Take this motherfucker right now, goddamn.
You popping a perk, pop this B.
After.
Nah, I wanted to get there before the baby get there. Yeah, he racing.
Like that shit already ready.
Meet it right there. Pow!
Plan B, you know what I'm saying? That's what I was just gonna say. Plan B, like
get in
Plan
there.
B, like that way. Like,
this
come
is
on,
Plan A.
come on over here. Come on. Soon as them things come screaming, that
I'm giving
Plan
them out
B
like
right there.
vitamins.
Yeah, but
You stupid, man.
you know, if absolutely, you know what I'm saying, but man, that's why I feel like that's why it's important to really get to know your person. Like me, I rushed.
man.
You know what I'm saying? I rushed into
for
relationships,
real.
not really knowing how they really were.
Mm-hmm.
How long were you dating your ex-wife before you got married?
Ooh.
Let's see how fast this was.
Very fast. We like probably after our second date, we spent every day together. Every day. She gave me probably the key to the house. Maybe within 2 weeks after that,
Man,
we
she
met
put
like
it
in
on
September.
her.
Yeah, What?
For real.
We met like in
She said,
September.
yeah. She shot that in there real quick.
Like in September. I think I moved in like maybe sometime in October, and then we were engaged December. Like
wow.
boom,
Okay.
boom, boom.
Yeah.
But like I said, in the beginning, I mean, I think we both had our, doubts of just even getting together so fast.
Right.
And I think that's why even, during our marriage where we would just, butt heads and we would have good times, but then just not, that was that time where we're supposed to know and get to know one another.
Right.
What this and that, and then 3 years go by and it's just like, wow, like.
So
okay.
you feel like a lot of your relationships were like rebound type shit? Like, okay, damn, that one good. I need some comfort. I'm at home. I can't deal with my thoughts or my problems. I'm gonna get in this relationship.
I'd say kind of,
like to kind of comfort you. Like
I'd say kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
Not all. Like I wasn't in a lot of. I may have dealt with a lot of people, but I wasn't in a lot of relationships. I'd say total tops, maybe 4. Maybe 4, if that. Like serious. But
yeah.
I mean. No, not really. I mean, because I felt like even all my relationships. I mean, we dated long times,
right?
Like longer than a year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there apparently there was something that was still building, but I wouldn't say like something just to get back. Just to have that comfort, because I can get that comfort somewhere else.
Right.
And be as long as we have that conversation, like, hey, look, this ain't no.
Yeah.
I'll see you when I see you.
Right.
There. That's good that you asked that, because. Even after this, after we divorced and whatnot, and I moved, maybe 3 weeks after that, I met this person. So, but what I kept telling myself was that, okay, if I go back and into this dating, what I'm saying, I want different, and I have to be the one to to really choose and pick what I mean by different is. I know I'm loud and exotic and whatnot, but this next person, I want you to be chill. I want you to be chill.
Right.
So is that something you told her up front, or is that something that's just in your head?
No,
like, I'm not going to tell her because I don't want her to try to do it.
No, honestly, I really
That's a deep question. I like that.
It is.
Yeah, because sometimes if you give them the game too early,
I'm going to do this.
That's what you want.
I'm going to be this way just because I think you'll like it.
I can do like 3 out of 4 of those.
Honestly, like, I got blessed. I got blessed meeting her when I met her, because just how her approach was very chill. Very chill. I liked it because, I get told I'm beautiful and whatnot a lot. Okay, I want something different. Not during the first 2 weeks, not once did she give me a compliment.
Right.
Now we're sending pictures and stuff. I'm like, dang, she don't think I'm cute or nothing.
Yeah, she ain't commenting at all.
Let me see. This is my thing, you know, because I can relate to you on that. Like, my thing is this: like, a lot of times we'll be in relationships, that let's just make an example. I'm gonna make a good example.